Wind Down Wednesday, and I am here with none other than Nola Disney Mama. You know her. It's Courtney. We are here for Wind Down Wednesday, and we already have Teets in the chat. I'm sure he is going to be sad he's missing out on being part of this discussion tonight because, y'all, it's a planning show. It is a planning show. We are here. We are ready. We are making some plans because every week Walt just gives us more. I'm going to channel Angela. Walt just gives us more and more news and things to start looking forward to, not even just in the fall, but this July. So like even just a couple of days from now, just next month is a week away. So first, let me say, hey, Courtney, how you been? What you been up to?
Doing well. Just running the summer camp circuit, going to T-ball games, typical summer stuff, and also planning and getting ready for my July trips, and then October again. I officially have 3 Disney trips planned in the next 4 months, which is really exciting. This might be the most I've had planned consecutively ever. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Listen, it's like I always say, if you've got an annual pass and you can get a cheap Spirit ticket, you might as well make both of them work into your favor. And I feel like that's what both Courtney and I are taking advantage of this summer and in the fall for the 50th anniversary. So we're going to be jam-packed. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff with this summer, and quite a bulk of it will be related to the 50th anniversary celebration at Walt Disney World. I can't even wait. Like, I feel like I talked about it with Teets on Monday before the big Good Morning America announcement, and I said I'm out of the prognostication game, but if I was in the prognostication game, I think we're going to hear about fireworks and Harmonious, and we did, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
So this week, again, we're celebrating that we can make truffle plans. And I mixed it up and went with something a little crazy out of Spain. As you guys know, I prefer rosé and bubbles and white wine. Courtney prefers red wine. So we are having a Pinot Noir cava. And as you can tell, y'all, it's really dark red. It is tart. It is a raspberry bomb. It is by Juve and Comps. It is a Brut Rosé from Spain. It's going to run you about $18 at your wine shop. It is tart. It is effervescent. And I'm really liking it. What do you think?
Yeah. It's very, you said it's very berry. Like that's what I smelled when I popped the cork. I did feel like a celebrity though, because when I popped it, I had it laying on its side in the fridge. I popped it and it went everywhere, all over. I was cleaning up my area before we went on. So it's definitely very, very effervescent. But I smelled the berries right away. It's really good. Kind of like I couldn't drink a lot of it. I think it would make me sick to my stomach. It's a little sweeter than I generally go, but it's really good. So
yeah, I wanted to mix something up. I haven't had something like this in a while. I think this would be really great with like a decadent chocolate dessert, like a flourless torte or a lava cake or something like that. Just like a really dark chocolate, dense, kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Or you know what? A bag of fudge brownie M&Ms would also go really, really well with this. But I'm enjoying it. It's great. It's different. It is just so juicy. So you definitely can tell that it's from Pinot Noir. So I'm liking it. It's great. I'm happy with my choice. Happy with my pick.
And the color is, I mean, it's a really pretty color. Like
it is so pretty. Like it almost blends in with our picture in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that kind of bright, not quite ruby red because it's still a little see-through because it is a cava, but it's I definitely recommend this. Definitely recommend this. You know what I also recommend? Disney actually giving us something on a Good Morning America 50th anniversary celebration announcement. We got it yesterday morning, and I'm going to let Courtney tell you guys all about it.
Was it only yesterday? God, the days are going by so much.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, I owed something to Teets for the website today, and I was like, yeah, I'll have it to you next week because the days, I can't keep track of days anymore. But we got a lot of great stuff about the 50th. As Keely alluded to in the intro, we are getting the long-awaited Harmonious in Epcot, a new nighttime spectacular. If you have been to or listened to any kind of Disney blog or podcast or stream like this, you have heard about or seen the Harmonious barges in the middle of the lake at Epcot that pretty much take up the entirety of the lake. So on October 1st, we will finally see what those barges are all about, and they better be worth the obstructed view you now have in Epcot, no matter where you're standing.
I'm not sure who is triggered by the barges more, you or Teets, and it's a real neck and neck kind of.
I'm going to need like dollar bills shooting out of those barges for it to be worth it.
When we were there in April for my birthday, like I knew it was coming from Teets. It was going to happen at one point. I didn't expect it to be the minute he could see him, and he's like, "Just look at this bullshit. Who wants to look at this?
What is it?
Just look at it.
What is it?
Who wants to look at it? What is it? What is it?" Like we hadn't even truly stepped foot into the ring that is World Showcase, and already he was running his mouth about it. So y'all remember this. Take notes. And when Teets and Courtney absolutely love Harmonious, we're going to have a stream that is just the two of them eating crow about them barges.
I don't know. I loved Illuminations, even though it was older than I am almost, not quite, but almost. But I don't know, there's something magical about walking through any of the Disney parks and being immersed in where you are and the sight lines and I don't know about what. About the sight lines and like everything that you see, smell, hear, taste, touch, all goes together. And just to have that obstruction in the middle of the lake, it doesn't ruin it because I'm clearly still going back multiple times.
Don't get me on that one. Don't get me on that one because I think I've said I was done like 2 years ago, and here I am constantly.
Yeah. I remember you saying you were going to cancel your annual pass. This was a few years ago, and I was like, "What about the 50th?" And you're like, "What about the 50th? I don't care about the 50th." You literally said that.
I did, and I did cancel my annual pass. And you know what?
Because of a pandemic.
Between my legs, I went back to Disney Springs and begged to see if I could have it back.
Yeah. So, and here we are looking for, contemporary rooms for the 50th from Keely, who said she was going to cancel her pass and didn't care about the 50th. Listen. But anyway, we digressed really quickly on that one. So the long-awaited Harmonious show is coming. And we also have a new fireworks spectacular in Magic Kingdom, replacing Happily Ever After. Happily Ever After. No.
Temporarily replacing.
Temporarily, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have any inkling that this was going to be part of an announcement, but I think we all kind of just assumed we would get something because they've been making noise about announcing a projection show or updated projections. But I think we all figured we'd at least get a 50th anniversary tag or something because at least for the Diamond Celebration at Disneyland a few years ago, they just did a special limited time only fireworks offering. So I think we all felt like it was going to be coming out, but it was nice to go ahead and have it confirmed since just a week ago we just got Happily Ever After back. So
yeah,
I'm pretty excited about that.
That's exciting. It's really hard for those of us who will only be there for a limited time on the 50th, like 36 hours limited time, to decide what show we're going to see. Hope that maybe we can see both in one night. I don't know. It's going to be a stretch. But it's just a reason to book another trip, right? I mean, I'm already going back in February, so the latest will be February that I see both of them.
Maybe you'll be there. Maybe you'll be there in January too, when we address one of the other big newsy rumors that's been making the rounds this week.
Yeah,
but
you're gonna have to ask Josh about that one.
I got this. I'll figure something out.
Yeah. So those are the two. I would say those are the two biggest exciting things that were announced. There's some other things that were announced on Good Morning America. There's going to be 50 golden statues throughout the park. Maybe you've seen some renderings of this. So it's going to be fun to find all 50. Teats might be able to find all 50 in the one day that we're there. But that is not, I'm not making that a goal of mine. What about you, Keely? How do you feel about those little statuettes?
I think they're real cute. I just need to know who the 50 are, and I'll pinpoint like Pluto and Tiana. And if there's if T'Challa is somehow in Magic Kingdom, I'll go hunt that bad boy down. But I mean, I can see it's definitely something that is going to reward visitors over multiple visits. I'm curious to see if they're going to do something kind of like what they do with the Easter eggs and like Remy's Hide and Squeak during Food and Wine Festival and all of that. If there's actually going to be a map, if there's something that you basically self-identify that you find all of them and you get like a 50th celebration tumbler.
You know what would be really cool if Disney was, realized it's the year 2021, is if they had like a QR code on each of them that you could scan that could maybe tell you a fun fact or I don't know, like a story about their character.
If only they had an app that was Bluetooth enabled that was linked to how you play games around where these statues were.
But that would actually take some technical digital know-how. Which Disney does a lot of things well, but that is not something.
That's not one of the things they do well. Not one of the things they do well. So I think that's going to be a cute, fun touch, and it's nice to see that they're going to essentially be expanding the celebration decorations.
Right.
I'm assuming we're going to see like some bunting and different things associated with these statues throughout the entire park and not just on the castle, because generally anything remotely celebratory is limited to just the castle unless it's like Christmas or Halloween.
Right.
So it's nice to see that they're going to take other areas of the park into account and kind of bling them out. And I'll take this last thing that we got, not in the Good Morning America announcement, but we got it shortly afterwards on Disney Parks blog. There will be a cupcake for those of you who've been losing sleep over, will there be a 50th celebration cupcake? You guys,
of course.
Sleep soundly. Yes. There will be a $9 cupcake that has multicolored pastel sprinkles that all reflect the iridescence. Like, I watched that video from What's Her Face on the Travel Agent channel today, and she's like, we created a word called iridescence. I'm like, I'm pretty sure legit that word already exists because I bought some heat transfer vinyl today called iridescence. So you better trademark that real quick if you think you came up with it, Disney. But yes, their whole concept is iridescence, sparkly, basically the transfer from pink to gold to blue. Make it pink, make it blue, make it gold somehow, tying it all in together. Their theme is iridescence, which will spark a theme for little girls' birthday parties that love Disney for at least the next decade.
Yep.
Just based on some of the character outfits. We did get to see all of the VIPs in their 50th celebration outfits
too.
Look
so
real cute.
So cute.
So
really excited.
I didn't realize. I thought that all the boys, except for Donald, were wearing different colored pants. I didn't realize that the pants are ombre. So it goes from lighter blue. It's very, very subtle ombre, but you can see it on Goofy. And when you look closer on Mickey, it's a very subtle ombre from a royal blue to a navy blue.
I love it. I love it.
I've spent too much time looking at this stuff, you guys. You gotta get out. But
and whereas Keely wears everything black, I would wager half of her closet, 3/4, 90% of her closet is black.
I'd say like 75.
Yeah. At least half my closet is navy blue. I just have a lot of navy blue, so I'm very excited. Like this whole color scheme is very in my wheelhouse. I'm very excited about the color scheme. But I did forget the other announcement about the other park at Animal Kingdom. We didn't touch on that. Probably because we're not planning on going to that in October.
But now we might. Right at 2:00.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. In Animal Kingdom, they're going to have a show called Disney's Kite Tales, which they will bring back some life to that amphitheater where we had Rivers of Light. If you ever saw Rivers of Light, you'll understand why that show is not coming back. Sorry for those Rivers of Light fans. I gave it like...
It's just teeth and there's no hate
on the kite.
We knew so they had to do something with the kites when they said that the jet skis and the kites weren't going back into Epcot forever because they obviously have to train for kite tails.
No, kites are fine. And I'm actually excited that this show takes place during the day to give you something else to do in Animal Kingdom since we don't have Nemo yet. Still not letting that go. But I saw Rivers of Light 2.5 times, and that was like 1.5 times too many. I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it. I just couldn't get into it. I listened to the music. I did a viewing, we did the dining, so we had the extra awesome viewing the very first time we saw it. I just couldn't get into it.
I don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jerry says the show at MK was bad. Also, Nemo's show was equally bad. Jerry, those are fighting words. No.
Nemo is Broadway quality. No. It's a 45-minute Broadway show that you go to included in your park admission multiple times a day. No. It's incredible.
It's okay. Jerry's favorite attraction at Disney. Oh, you guys may fight on this too. It's Carousel of Progress.
Oh, I love Carousel of Progress.
I know. So how can you guys not see eye to eye on Finding Nemo the musical? I don't understand. You're the only two Carousel of Progress stands I know.
Anyway, but one of the things I'm excited about, we'll see some different characters in this Kite Tales that we don't see. I mean, they're Animal Kingdom. It makes sense. But Simba, Zazu, Baloo, and King Louie, they'll dance through the sky during the day. So that's exciting. It's a good use of that space. It would make sense if they could have some Nemo characters floating in the water, but we'll see. They're not going to leave that theater empty. They can't leave that empty much longer, right? It's a huge space. It's a huge people eater. If they're going back to full capacity, which they are, we know they are, they have to bring something back in there, whether it's Nemo or something else. It's a huge people eater in Animal Kingdom.
It's like I told Courtney, I have a feeling if you guys are ready to plan a trip, get us on your level, get us on your contact list, because I have a really strong feeling that come July 1st, we are going to see hotel capacity go to 100 and restaurant capacity go to 100. So if you guys are savvy enough to know what a touring plan or a mouse dining alert is, set those bad boys for anything you want this summer and fall. I know I have about half a dozen in there right now because I think I did say I was getting out of the Disney prognostication business, but I'm not staying out of it. And so this is my new July 4th gift to you guys. I think that's what's about to happen. And I think we'll. Oh, Ganny says he doesn't love Nemo because he doesn't love musicals of Broadway and he hates the benches in the theater. Oh, it's Cherie. Okay. Also,
I'll give you the benches. I will give you the benches. I'm getting old, and holding two kids on a bench can get difficult.
So, and so he can't take a nap in it like he can on Carousel of Progress.
Yeah. Well, you can't, you shouldn't nap during that show anyway. You have to see Nemo singing Big Blue World.
The big blue world.
I've never stayed at Art of Animation, but I am planning on it sometime soon, just so we can stay in a Nemo suite and stay at the Big Blue Pool, and I can sing Big Blue Pool nonstop. It's a sin to nap during Carousel of Progress. True that.
That's right. We save our naps. We try to save our naps for Country Bears, but I think the only thing that's left now that's suitable for napping is the American Adventure.
American Adventure. I also used to really like napping on the train, the Magic Kingdom train. That was nice. With the breeze. It was nice.
Oh my gosh. How much do you think people, I don't think it's going to happen because the Tron completion. We know, Teets. We know. I don't think the Tron construction is going to be far enough along for the railroad to come back in time for the 50th. But can you imagine what fan just mind blow would be if they gave us back the Magic Kingdom Railroad for the 50th?
Yeah, it's not going to happen, but that for a while, that was my son's favorite ride in all of Magic Kingdom. He would ride the train over and over and over again. But
okay, so yes, the IP, the Up Show, Bird Show was bad. The Bird Show is bad in general, just because if you don't time it right and you're walking into Asia from Discovery Island and they all fly out of the theater, they just swoop down and you feel like you get attacked. And as someone that got attacked by blue jays in her backyard months ago, very recently, still have nightmares. I don't need those birds in my life anymore. Just take that show and make it something else. Also, we've got a second vote for Country Bears being awesome.
Y'all,
I don't know about this. So while we're on the topic of attractions, I guess we should kind of jump to talking. We'll circle back and we'll finish up with our July trip. But in case you guys didn't know, the Crescent Lake Club, the bulk of us, most of us that you see here on stream will be live from Walt Disney World on October 1st to celebrate the 50th anniversary of our beloved Walt Disney World. So it's me, it's Courtney, it's Teets, it's Angela, and it's Leslie. All 5 of us will be there. Some of us will be there earlier, and we'll be doing a little trip over to Universal for spooky season and Halloween Horror Nights. And then some of us will also be checking out a brand new cruise ship after the weekend. But it's mostly this trip was planned around 50th anniversary. And because, good Lord, we need to stop listening to Leslie bitch about Ratatouille not being open. Because that's all Leslie cares about is the Ratatouille ride. And so we have plans for 50th anniversary at Magic Kingdom on the 1st. And then Epcot for Ray's Ratatouille Adventure on the 2nd. And so now our plans are starting to get in shape for the 1st, now that we know that we're going to have 2 potential fireworks offerings and a day show parade kind of thing at Animal Kingdom that will also be brand new on the 1st. So how do we tackle that day, Courtney? What are your thoughts?
Here's the most important question for that day is how long are you willing to stay in Magic Kingdom?
How many swell bottles full of liquor do I have? That's going to really, I could say, I will go ahead and say, I will promise to stay until 1:30 from Verve Drop.
Okay. Because
I'm not ruling out a return for the fireworks either. I'm not ruling out a return.
Okay. I know for me, like, I don't like, so I arrive at, I think, 8:30 on Thursday night and fly out at like 4 o'clock on Saturday. I plan on sleeping a max of like 8 hours during that time period. Like, I'm either gonna go, I'm not lying. I am either, if Epcot is open till 11 by then, hopefully they will be open till at least 11.
I imagine.
I think I'm going to Uber from MCO. Yeah, right, Teets? Teets and we're on the same plane. I'm going to bring my liquid IV. I'm going to bring my liquid IV and force it on Teets like I did in April when he was hung over as anything, like it was his 21st birthday. And anyway, so I'm going to go straight from MCO either to Epcot or Disney Springs, whichever is open later. Then putz around whatever resort we end up at, because I feel like we'll have 4 different resort reservations between now and then. Currently, I think we're booked at Coronado, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows if we'll stay there. And then, I mean, you say rope drop, but like we need to get to Magic Kingdom like 2 hours before rope drop. That's what I'm thinking. So, feel free to weigh in how early prior to rope drop you think we need to get there. I'm thinking at least 2 hours.
I got to thinking about this. I want to do some recent historical research, even though there weren't fireworks on Christmas Day or New Year's Eve at Magic Kingdom or Epcot, and you had to have a park reservation. I want to know what it was like to get into those parks, because to get into Magic Kingdom, you have to already have a park reservation. Right. So they already have kind of throttled down. So 2 hours. So if the park opens at 8, we need to be there at 6.
Be there at 6. Be there at 6. You hear that, Angela?
Oh, Angela and Leslie are super excited. The only one that's going to struggle with this is right here.
I am also okay leaving Keely at the resort to fend for herself and get back to Magic Kingdom by herself.
No, I'll do it.
I think everyone else is with me.
I will do it. I can.
We'll have all the sugar-free Red Bull that your heart can take. And
hold on. No, it's Jerry. It isn't the Country Bear song "Blood in the Saddle" is an old country song. It's about a guy being shot down on his horse. Thank you. We're gonna agree to disagree. Also, someone in a thrift shop somewhere undisclosed came across a T-shirt of the 3 little teddy bear girls. That why the women bears in this show don't get to wear pants, but the men do. I don't understand, because that one slutty bear just gets to wear a boa.
Yeah.
But those 3 little baby bears that don't get to wear pants, singing about all the guys they like that turn them on, turn them down. Oh, there's a shirt for that. And someone found it at a thrift shop.
Gotcha.
I'm going to try and find it and make Teets wear that.
I have a sweatshirt that was my grandmother's that she bought at the 25th anniversary, because I was, like a newborn then, basically, at the 25th. But we did go to the 25th and saw the I'm doing the math in my head real quick on that one. I was like 10. But that celebration also lasted like 18 months. So I forgot at what point we went. I think we saw it twice. I think we saw that Cupcake Castle twice. But anyway, my grandmother had a sweatshirt, and I need to buy a 50th sweatshirt. I hope they have one very similar to the 25th that I have, so that I can have both. When my grandmother passed, we were sorting through her stuff, and I was like, I am taking this sweatshirt. It is very large and very 90s, but I love it, and I wear it all the time, when it's cold here in New Orleans, which is like 3 days a year. But I needed to get a 50th sweatshirt to go with my 25th anniversary sweatshirt. And I was going to say Jerry Donenbeck also has no pants. So neither does Winnie the Pooh. So Disney is very weird with who they put clothing on.
Or what articles of clothing they put on them.
What articles?
Right. So we've already agreed we're arriving at the park 2 hours early.
Yes.
We'll witness the pomp and circumstance. This is what I think we should do. We can go one of two ways, and we can put it to a poll in the chat, and you guys tell us what you think we should do. So after the pomp and circumstance of whatever they do, I'm sure someone will make it into a really great Twitter meme of Walt addressing all of us at Walt Disney World in a black and white photo. Do you think the Crescent Lake Club should try to ride all of the remaining opening day attractions? Mm-hmm. Or should we ride each of our iconic Magic Kingdom attractions, not including Country Bears? Because I'm not sitting through that again. I already said hard no to that. What do you guys think?
Here's the thing. Peach is not going to not go to Country Bears on the 50th, just like I'm not going to not go to Carousel of Progress on the 50th. Like, I think it'd be sinful to go to Walt Disney World on the 50th anniversary and not go on Carousel of Progress at least once. If you disagree with me, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Courtney just went real.
Country Bears is an opening day. So if you did the opening day, you'd have to do Country Bears. Keely, what would we have to do if we did all the opening day attractions?
That's what I'm doing a list, because you know what is not an opening day attraction is Haunted Mansion. Carousel of Progress is also not an opening day attraction.
But it was at the World's Fair. It's like grandfathered in.
So are we going to grandfather in Haunted Mansion just because the show building was there, but the ride wasn't?
Sure.
All right.
I also think we're being very, this is a lot of rides that we're talking about regardless. I don't know how many attractions we're going to get on that day.
So this...
Peach is going to be contenting his heart out.
Contenting his little heart out. So here's what touring plans says. We're opening day attractions on October 1st, 1971. Unfortunately, these are in alphabetical order, not by my order of preference, but here we go. Country Bear Jamboree, The Dapper Dans, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Fantasy in the Sky Fireworks, Frontierland Shootin' Arcade, The Hall of Presidents, The Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, The Mad Tea Party, Magic Kingdom Afternoon Parade, Magic Kingdom Evening Parade, Magic Kingdom Fireworks, The Main Entrance, Main Street Vehicles, Peter Pan's Flight, Prince Charming's Regal Carousel, Snow White's Scary Adventures, Swiss Family Treehouse, Tomorrowland Speedway, the Walt Disney World Railroad, and Enchanted Tiki Room. Y'all, I don't know that I can roll my ass into a Tomorrowland Speedway car.
And I cannot ride teacups unless Pete wants Courtney vomit all over him.
What if we don't spin? Like, what if you and I go in the teacup and we just don't spin? We just sit there?
No, still not happening. I've ridden teacups once in my entire life.
Okay, so we'll do that.
And I got very sick.
So if we do ride Little Mermaid and pretend it's a submarine attraction ship replaced.
And Ryan will video both.
So I will video all of y'all on Tomorrowland Speedway from the bridge. Y'all can wave at me just like I'm your mom. And then Courtney can video all of us on teacups. I feel like the opening day attractions thing kind of has to be where we go.
I think so.
And because Hall of Presidents won't
touring plan says Haunted Mansion is?
Says it is. And they're going with splitting the hair that because the ride building was already there, it counts.
Gotcha.
Even though the attraction
I'm fine with that. It's my favorite ride and attraction in Magic Kingdom. So I'm fine with that.
So Carousel of Progress didn't show up until 75. Pirates of the Caribbean not until 73. So because we have some things like Hall of Presidents won't be open, obviously. I feel like we could go ahead and just. Oh, okay. No, Teets, we're not getting our subscribers up. But no. You want me to eat shrimp on camera next? When did this become Fear Factor, Teets? All right, so I was missing more. No.
Fear Factor Disney edition.
Oh my gosh. It'd be Teets has to ride Tower of Terror 10 times in a row. Talk about Teets getting sick. All right, so Teets did eat fried shrimp tonight. Good job, Teets. It was fried though. That's the only way he'll eat it is if it's fried. All right, so Haunted Mansion is definitely in. I would say we can sub out Carousel of Progress for Hall of Presidents since it is a kind of foundation. And
Hall of Presidents will still be closed?
I don't think they've announced an opening date. It usually takes at least a year from inauguration to the installation of a new president.
They might try to. That wouldn't surprise me if they try to fast track that
bad boy. And since we no longer have Snow White's Scary Adventures, I think the only thing that's not an opening day attraction, but is still a iconic enough one that could fill this slot would be Pirates.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're doing Country Bear, Dumbo, Carousel of Progress, Haunted Mansion, Small World, Jungle Cruise, Tea Party, Main Street Vehicles, Peter Pan's Flight, Carousel, Pirates of the Caribbean, Swiss Family Treehouse, Tomorrowland Speedway, and the Tiki Room.
Whew. It's a lofty itinerary, but I'm here for it.
It's a challenge. We'll see how many we can get.
Yeah.
Because I would like to ultimately split the day up just a little bit. I feel like we have to accomplish as much as we can before 2:00 when park hopping starts. Because that's when everyone who doesn't have an October 1st reservation is going to be coming back over. I would love to really try and get over to Animal Kingdom in the afternoon to see if we can see kite tails.
I'm also nervous if we leave Magic Kingdom, we won't get back into Magic Kingdom. That they're going to get at capacity if we leave.
That's true.
Just a thought. So Keely might be in Magic Kingdom from rope drop to fireworks. And that will be a Fear Factor challenge.
That's not happening. I gave you until 1:30.
So she's going to end up watching the fireworks from the Poly Beach because she's going to leave and not be able to get back in. Heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Or no, I could watch them from the Contemporary Rotunda and then still get over to Epcot in time for Harmonious.
You could.
Or, I'm willing to take one for the team and go and see. Oh, there we go. Teet says if you have a Magic Kingdom reservation, you should be allowed back in. It's park hoppers that will be shut out.
Are we for sure on that? Like, this is the uncharted territory, though. Are we for sure that we are guaranteed admission even if we leave? Right? This hasn't.
So how it worked, I will tell you how it worked on.
We have a guest. We have a special guest.
Hi, Fletcher. Oh, he can't hear me because you have AirPods in.
Yeah. Keely says hi.
Hi.
Are you going to bed? You want to show everybody your pajamas? Got some web slinger pajamas on. Oh. Going to bed. Good night, bud.
Night, Fletch.
So
I'm trying to think about how it worked for New Year's Eve and
But we didn't have park hopping available on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but usually if you've been into Magic Kingdom, you can get back into Magic Kingdom. Also, if you're there were different tiers.
Yeah.
Like if you had an ADR, if you had so we should just make a Safe Get Plaza ADR and be prepared to move that bad boy around. Or Tony's Town Square. I haven't been there.
Yeah.
Teets would eat some chicken parm. We're getting to that. Jerry has a really great question. We'll get to this one. So while we're speculating on how things will happen with the 50th, I think we'll come back to what our plans may be, but I think we have our origin plans and what we're going to do for the start of the day. One of the biggest rumors to hit the interwebs in the Book of Faces this week was apparently dates have been set for Marathon Weekend and Princess Weekend offered by Run Disney. And even possibly this year, Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend in November. Wine and Dine, all we got was a concept logo, but somehow for Marathon Weekend and Princess Weekend, we got actual dates that appeared like they would be going on sale in July. And it seems that the calendar may be shifting in Run Disney's mind on how they will be doing these Run Disney event weekends going forward. And for Marathon Weekend, which is traditionally a Wednesday through Sunday, now they have it Thursday through Wednesday or Tuesday. Yeah, Thursday through Wednesday. This is where we needed Teets on here, but that's fine. I'm sure he's just going to chime in the chat. I don't hold a lot of credence to these dates right now. I'm going to say anything that I see on Facebook is immediately photoshopped because nobody really on any other place has seen it, and those dates don't totally work as far as I'm concerned, thinking-wise. My only thought process would be if they took the half marathon and the marathon of Marathon Weekend out of the parks and on a weekend, and they put them with the half marathon being on Monday and the marathon being on Tuesday. Courtney, what do you think?
I mean, I have never done a Run Disney race. I don't feel like I have enough Run Disney knowledge or expertise to even weigh in. I've never been there on a marathon weekend. I've been there on a Princess Weekend just because it coincided with Mardi Gras. I have no idea. I'm following along with everyone else.
So the only weird thing is usually, so when they pitch Marathon Weekend, it is Wednesday to Monday, and it's generally, I'm going to finish my thought, and then I'm going to show what Teets just said in the chat. Hey, Teets, you have the link. If you want to pop in real quick and talk Run Disney, I'll add you in right now. But usually it's a Wednesday to a Monday, with the Wednesday being the opening day of the expo for anyone running the Dopey Challenge that has to get there and pick up all of their bibs and go through the expo and all of that, with a 5K on Thursday, 10K on Friday, half on Saturday, and full on Sunday. And they also include Monday because if you are doing the Castaway Key Challenge, which is this bad boy right here, it means you finish up your marathon weekend, and on Monday you board a Disney Cruise Line ship, the Disney Dream, to go run another 5K on Castaway Key to earn another medal and just give Disney more of your money. So that originally made sense to me why they would extend it out to Wednesday, but when I looked at the Disney Dream sailings, the Castaway Key Day is still Tuesday like it has been in all the past years. So I'm not really sure to make of it other than maybe just a little bit of wishful thinking. I have to feel that if Run Disney is coming back, it's coming back for Marathon Weekend, maybe Princess Weekend for sure, but they have to have registration open by the end of July, especially for Marathon Weekend, because it's too much training for people to start doing after July for January.
Right.
And Jerry has a really great point. Marathons aren't meant to be run on a Tuesday. People pay this premium and travel to run on a Sunday through all the parks.
But Boston is on a Monday. Boston's probably the most well-known marathon, saying.
And we do have someone, Jerry has run Boston.
So
this is what Teet says, is he fully expected an announcement because of these leaks this week, but have yet to get it. And this is why he says, Run Disney remaining silent. And this is why I tend to err on the side of, I don't think this is real. I think it's a lot of wishful thinking that manifested into some Photoshop. It went around dates that we've previously heard. Oh, here he is. Take it away, Teet.
I missed what were you talking about just then?
I think it's wishful thinking and a lot of Photoshop.
That I don't believe to be the case because I know of multiple people that saw it on their Run Disney accounts.
So Jerry says registration should be interesting with the lack of races over the past year. And that's something that came up when the three of us that you see, your two pretty faces in the lobster that's in the dark somewhere in Hilton Head, we're talking about earlier today. I think if you're going to do marathon weekend, you can't have registration after July. It's just not fair, and it's not safe for anyone that needs to start training for a marathon, especially the level of runner that typically populates a Run Disney event. And especially if they're going to be drawn into these multi-race challenges. I think the Higdon Dopey plan usually has you starting in like June for a January race
and weekend. I believe the Galloway plan starts like this week. So
it's just like we're bordering on the not safe kind of thing. And we know Run Disney isn't going to go and redo all those PDFs of the Galloway plan. They're just going to, they already stripped the dates off of them so they can just throw them up there. I think Princess, we're going to see Princess in 2022. The one I'm real dubious about is Wine and Dine, even though we've heard from an actual personal source who says it's happening. But again, that's in November. It's essentially, for all intents and purposes, y'all, it's July.
Right.
So, Teets,
you have to be a well-trained runner and have kept up with your fitness to be able to run even a half marathon in November, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have only done one half marathon in my entire life. I usually do 10Ks and 5Ks, so I am not an expert by any means. But I would not be ready for a half marathon in November.
Well, and also there's been so few live races since March of last year. And for anyone that is trying to, you have no option at a POT, you have no option at a proof of time, especially for November. That's what we were talking today, what we would potentially run in January. And I was like, well, maybe I do Goofy again, but no, I'm not doing another marathon without a proof of time. And at this point, I don't know of a race that I can run between now and when I'd have to have proof of time in, which is generally like the first week of October. There's just no live races of the distance that need to be there. And I'm not in a place to be able to do one.
Right.
Jerry says Boston on Patriots Day was one of the greatest sporting events I've ever been a part of. Next close event was LSU winning the national championship with Joe B. Oh, I have those. I have the voicemail from you, so it's okay. I remember talking to you on the phone, and I have the text messages. So it was also the LSU national championship was another one of my favorite sporting events, even though I was at Disney and not here in New Orleans to see that.
Yeah. Singing karaoke nonetheless.
I sang karaoke and I was given play-by-play because the TV at Kimonos is all the way in the back, and the only way you can see it is if you're standing on stage. So I was singing, I was given play-by-play. Not all heroes wear capes, you guys.
Anyway.
So Teets. Teets, give us your run. Give us your Run Disney breakdown.
Well, so we got this leak, whatever, and I saw the Princess one myself. I was able to see that one. I did not see the Marathon Weekend one. I was able to see the Princess dates myself.
You didn't screen cap it?
No, I did not. But the Wine and Dine one definitely has me skeptical, considering how close we are. I kind of expect that one to be virtual, but we shall see. Marathon weekend, I definitely think like you said, the latest we can really have registration is July. That's the latest they've ever done it, and that was when they switched over to a new registration system. Princess, is really is a month after Marathon weekend, so you have a little bit more leeway, and it's only a half, but still you don't have a lot of time left there either. I don't think.
I just pulled up the Galloway plans, and his marathon plan is 18 or is 28 weeks, which we're already past halfway through the year, right?
Yep.
Right.
So you already should be.
Yeah, you already should be training if you're doing that marathon. I'm going to throw something out for Wine and Dine. Do you think it's possible that they would do like maybe just a 10K and a 10 miler? Like, do you think they'd shake it up and do different, like shorter distances?
I love that idea.
They've done it before and they've gone away from it, so I'd be hesitant to see them go back.
I love that idea. I just think at that time of year with the 50th celebration, and usually Wine and Dine is the weekend right after Halloween, and the way hotels are already booked solid, and you've seen the response from Boop. There's no incentive for Disney to even bother talking to Run Disney about renting out parking lot and park time and characters for these events, which is how most events like this work. It's just because it's Disney doesn't mean that Disney signs off on everything. They've got to rent it. Run Disney still rents the time from the parks and everything else. There's just no incentive for it to happen. I mean, unless it's just going to be stadiums up and down the vacant Phantasmic arena.
And I do know that the ESPN calendar has a soccer event at Wild World of Sports the same weekend that Princess would be, so that's kind of throwing a wrench into things too, to see how they would have an expo and the large soccer event at the same time.
Which soccer event is it? Oh my God!
I don't know. I have to double check.
What?
But I have to double check. I remember seeing there was a soccer tournament or something that was there.
He's had to mute himself because of all the sisters in the background.
It's just Sid. It's usually just Sid. So we're all right. So I think we're all in agreement. Wine and Dine is a no. It's going to be virtual. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. Marathon. It's got to happen in the next two. Registration has to happen in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Princess, you've got 18. The training plan is for 18 weeks. I think with the addition of that new singular building, you have fewer runners for Princess. So that front building where they started doing everything the past couple years, and you just do that as your expo up and down. Don't spread stuff out as much. Gosh, it would be great if they brought back that you could have your packet and stuff delivered straight to your resort. Or you print your own bib at home. No way would that get cheated with.
Yeah, they'll never do that. But I do wonder if we'll see some changes in options when they do come back.
Because I'm trying to think convention space. If you don't want to do the expo, you can set the expo up in the parking lot at the TTC that they rent, or you park there and you walk across the street to the Contemporary Convention Center that sits largely unused.
Or Coronado too. They have a large convention space.
See, look. Why don't you get Fair and Kelly on the horn real quick?
Yeah. Oh, I've tried. So I know there have been people that have called Run Disney too, and one person was told that nothing that was out there is true, and then the other person was just hung up on. So Ren Disney is being real silent about this.
Well, so let's just pretend hypothetically, because you know what? We're the Crescent Lake Club, and what defines the Crescent Lake Club? We're planners. So we already have our resort reservation in January for a marathon weekend. It's going to be a new to us resort for everybody, and we will be staying at Old Key West. We're quickly running out of DVC options. I think all we have left is BLT for the bulk of the group I travel with for marathon weekend. So we already have all of our plans. So this is a planning show. Let's pretend marathon weekend happening. Traditional dates. Expo starts on Wednesday, 5K on Thursday, 10K on Friday, half marathon on Saturday, marathon on Sunday, and then you can leave. You can drink around the world on Monday, or you can go on the Disney Dream for the Castaway Key Challenge. What would you be doing for marathon weekend? I'll start with you, Courtney.
Because I am a teacher and can't take off a lot of time during the school year, I'm probably like taking a half day on Friday, coming in Friday afternoon, trying to get my bib in time, running a half marathon on Saturday, and drinking around the world Saturday afternoon, flying back Sunday afternoon, so that I don't have to miss too much school. I know it's not as fun as a full marathon weekend, but if we're speaking realistically, that's what I would have to do in order to make it work.
It's a planning show. So you basically just finish the half, walk back right into Epcot, and then go have breakfast at Garden Grill after you have some champagne in the parking lot. And then once your breakfast is done, La Cava should be open, and then we just start going at it.
Yep.
So this is what the pros do. I already know what your answer is, but I want to hear you describe it. Teets, what would your plan be?
Well, I am a dopey runner, so I have to get there on Wednesday, pick up my stuff on Wednesday. Obviously, then I got a 5K Thursday, 10K Friday, half marathon Saturday, full marathon Sunday. Now, I have never done the Castaway Key Challenge, so it is enticing. So depending on funds and time off and whatnot, I may swing for that this time. But otherwise, Monday would be drink around the world.
Ooh, Jerry coming in with a hot opinion that, again, why you and Courtney can't see eye to eye on Nemo the Broadway musical. Jerry, what is the first?
Jerry.
Is it Topolino? Because Jerry real loved Topolino. First? He'll come back in.
Garden Grill is where it's at. It's not only is it one of the best breakfasts on property, it's one of the most underrated, in my opinion. People are like, Garden Grill? Yes, Garden Grill. Yes.
I'm going with Courtney in just a few short weeks.
Sure.
Oh, she's got to set up for all of the. We're going to be food contenting our little hearts out with all of these new character offerings with family style meals.
Yes. You're going to see all the characters.
I am.
With me and my kids.
All my friends. All my friends. You guys. So for me, when Consuela told me what she picked as the marathon DVC rental of choice, she's like, we went back and forth because we waited so late to, make arrangements for it. Not a whole lot was available. I wasn't angry at it because this will be my first time on a marathon weekend not staying at Crescent Lake, so I don't have to listen to Carissa at 3:30 in the morning screaming at me while I'm in bed. Oh, shit. I just realized, I can hear it.
Yeah.
At least on half and full day, I'll be able to hear it at Old Key West. Just not at 5 and 10 day. Well, I got to rethink a lot of things in my life. Maybe I'll go stay at Universal on Saturday night for Sunday morning. So, all right, here we go. We got to follow in with the breakfast. Topolino's was amazing. The cinnamon rolls at Garden Grill are worth it alone. The bacon is actually crispy, and the eggs seem like they came from an egg instead of a jug, like the garbage at Chef Mickey's.
Jerry speaking truth.
He's spitting all the truth tonight. So I'm likely, based on the people I'm traveling with and our plans and what we're trying to do, is I will likely do the 10K with them and the half marathon. And if Courtney does the half marathon, that would be perfect because she and I can actually train together and do our long runs here in town together. So then we can run together and maybe have matching outfits together and do some fun stuff. But it'd be fun. It'd be fun to run with Courtney as she does her first ever Disney half marathon. And I know that she loves Magic Kingdom so much, and to get to share that moment of running down Main Street and through the castle and everything with her, I think would be amazing. What do you think, Teach?
Teach just has to talk Josh into doing the marathon on Saturday. On Sunday.
Listen, your husband asked if he could be Q at the marathon. He could. He just
will do.
He just needs he just needs a proof of time to get him in the front.
Yep.
Yeah. He's running. I know he's running a marathon at some point. He's training for it at some point. So.
That should be enough to get him into Corral A, I feel like. Because I'm trying to think. So I'm thinking I didn't run in 20 with these guys, which was a different course. But I've done the marathon 4 times on the old course, and there's really only 4 overpasses.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think
Sargis Hill. There's Sargis Hill. There's a incline up and then down to Tower of Terror to exit. There's one overpass, just like the marathon route, and then really the worst part of it is just the slow, tall incline up into the overpass on Osceola Parkway. That's all in the sun, but it's straight. So at least he can see it coming. And
and as long as there's an elevation map, unlike the Big D marathon that he ran in Dallas, where he was on track to DQ, and there was an undisclosed hill.
That last hill. Which wasn't a hill, it was like a bridge.
Yeah. Something, but it wasn't on any kind of elevation map, and so he was not prepared for it, and he totally gassed himself and did not DQ. And I also thought he died.
Has anyone looked at the course chart site to see if a new course has been filed or if that course from 20 has been renewed for 22?
I've got to think the amount of Facebook groups out there, someone has to be monitoring that, and I haven't seen anything about that. I haven't checked it myself, but you'd think if that was the case, someone would have found it by now.
Yeah.
Well, so that's what we're thinking for marathon weekend. If there's not a marathon weekend, oh well, I'll still be there, and I'm still getting on the Disney Dream. I'll do the free 5K. All right. Jerry says, Disney is a hard one to BQ because of weather. If it's 40 to 60, that's cool. But 75 and humid, that makes it really hard to do.
Yeah.
This is coming from Jerry in Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Like he's running. My husband's running he's running the Louisiana Marathon, which I just Googled is January 16th. So that'd be a hard sell for Disney Marathon, because that'd be back-to-back weekends running a marathon. We'll see.
Unless he wants to try it. Well.
We'll see.
We can work on him. I got some ideas. He's not even in the chat. Haven't even seen Nexium 86 in there tonight.
But but I have to imagine BQing at the Louisiana Marathon would be just as difficult, right? We have very similar weather to Orlando in terms of heat and humidity.
Like
right?
they advertise like the Louisiana Marathons thing is that they provide like they're one of like the top 5 races for Boston qualifying because it's just so flat.
Oh, because it's so flat. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they'll say,
See, I know nothing.
I see them at Rock and Roll, and they have like packages that basically you're like they started printing shirts in the 500s that say I BQ'd at the Louisiana Marathon and the year on it, just because they have so many people BQ at the Louisiana Marathon.
Okay, I know nothing. But
so that's our thinking for January. If there's not a marathon weekend and the first race weekend, which I think will happen in person, is going to be Princess. Teets is totally going to be there wearing a shirt that says, "Why are all of these princesses chasing me?" Because this guy just can't cut himself off from Run Disney, even though he's running the New York City Marathon this year in November. You can't just stick with big boy races going out. He's got to go back to the motherland, and so he's going to run Princess.
I did say that, yes. Which I haven't done it yet, so might as well get it over with, do it once, and be done with it.
See, Jerry says the post-race is better at Louisiana plastic cheese versus Louisiana food. But here's the thing, Jerry. Teets won't eat any of the Louisiana food.
Exactly.
And is there any post-race that's better than the Crescent City Classic?
Crescent City Classic? No.
No.
There's not.
Nope. Never.
There's not. No. Give me Crescent City Classic over any other race.
Yeah.
So
but not if you're a real runner like Josh, because Josh hates the Classic. But
I'm running with the people dressed in costumes pulling the kegs. I'm like trying to see how many little mini drinks I can fit in my hands. Kissing guys for plastic flowers. That's still not going away post-COVID. We'll still do that. So we talked Run Disney. Just to get back to one last thing. Teets, October. What do you think is the best plan of action for October if you're planning a trip for just October 1st? What would your strategy be? And why should someone hire you as their travel agent to plan their trip for them on October 1st?
Well, you better act on it quickly, I think, as we've all mentioned, because time is running out for that. But just in terms of October 1st, my focus would be all on Magic Kingdom because that's the park that's turning 50. I fully expect some sort of rededication ceremony in the morning. That's where I would want to be there for that ceremony. Then enjoy the park throughout the day.
That's why I'm getting up at 4 a.m. to be with y'all dummies at 6 a.m.
And so
I'm going to need a backpack cooler and a bunch of bottles of orange juice that I've already pre-put either vodka or champagne into. So this is what we used to do back in the day, is take a backpack cooler with gator pain or screwdrivers, but they look like the Simply Orange juice. They already have the liquor in them and nobody cared. So we're going to be doing that. Should we rent a stroller to push around stuff?
I mean, it depends on how much stuff you're bringing, but maybe.
If you want me to last all day in Magic Kingdom, y'all, I mean, I'm just saying this is...
Y'all, I just checked out of morbid curiosity. If you are doing like I'm doing and going and flying in on September 30th, checking out on the 2nd, unless you're bringing a camper, the cheapest room that you can get right now, again, this is just for like basically 2 nights surrounding the 50th, is at Animal Kingdom Lodge, $534 a night.
And that's not even Savannah.
In a standard view room at AKL, which is like 3 hours away from Magic Kingdom on the morning of the 1st. So That's the least expensive resort you can get right now. Again, unless you have a camper and are looking to stay at a campsite for $134 a night. $134 for a campsite for a plot of land. So anyway, oh sorry, 157. 157. Oh.
And then for us, we'd still have to rent the RV and convince Angela to drive the camper over there.
Yeah. So
I do think she is adamant about trying this one time, and I think it would be fun for all of us to rent an RV and like the 5 of us to content a weekend at Fort Wilderness in a camper. I think that would be hilarious.
I booked a campsite for a client for Mardi Gras, and I'm like, they're a family friend, so I'm definitely going over there and checking out the campsite, because I'm not that I want to stay there for a whole week, but like I'd do it for a weekend for content for sure.
Yeah. For sure. If it's like basically Angela in the camper picks you and Teets up at the airport on a Friday evening and then drives you in the camper back on Sunday before we return the camper, and then we go stay in like a real hotel at Universal.
Yeah.
That's how my mom and her family, that's how they would go every year. They'd camp at Fort Wilderness every spring break. That was their thing.
That's as close to camping as I'll get. I hope she knows how to do like hookups for like the potty and stuff like that.
You can just go in the communal showers and bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yay, Jerry for Mickey Girl.
What? You already have your shirt for Fat Tuesday? Oh yeah, I know Jerry already has his plans for Mickey Girl. He's already counting down. I can't remember where he's staying. Courtney is still holding out hope for Port Orleans to open up at some point. She's hoping for October, but I check every day and I don't see that happening. All right. Well, anything else you guys got planning wise? We'll just have to get back to our July trip next week because we didn't even touch on any of that. Oh, Jerry's sending me a text. Okay. Y'all, exciting. It feels like the world is back to normal. Teets is sunburned on vacation, wearing a polo shirt. Did you go to fancy dinner today? Did you play golf today?
No, I just thought I'd wear something nicer. Yeah, got my Jack Nicklaus shirt on, so.
It's because you did a Zillow search and found out the house next year is on the market for $6 million. Thought you better bring the place up just a little bit.
Holy moly.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
$6 million.
$6 million. Well, where they're staying is like an estate on the beach in Hilton Head.
Yep.
Fancy.
Yeah. There's some hedge fund money running into that place. So thank you, Teets, for joining us. What do you have planned for the rest of your week, and any content we should keep our eyes peeled for on crescentlakeclub.com? That's our website. It's also our blog. Teets does a lot of the work on there. Anything we should watch for? You got anything special for us?
Well, yesterday we had our latest installment of Making Memories. This week we looked at Animal Kingdom parades.
Of course.
And then... Well, I gotta wait till I get my, my stuff from you for my Magic Kingdom parades. But yes, then we'll have a foodie find on Friday. Not too much. They won't let me in Hilton Head at Disney, or the Hilton Head Disney Resort. I don't know. I guess they just don't know who I am. But so they won't let me in there.
No press
but then next week, I'll be back in Florida, so we'll have a lot of stuff coming next week.
Yay. Basically, from next week until August, expect lots and lots of content. Because Teets is there at the beginning of July, because our wind down will be the last day of June, and then Teets will be in there July, 1 to 5? Something like that?
Yeah.
July 1 to 5. I'll be in Disney from the 20th to 22nd, also the 26th to 1st-ish. I'll be in the Orlando area.
There's a great chance that I get
there.
there. I'll be there the 6th, the 7th, through at least the end of the month. Through at least when Courtney is there. So, lots of stuff.
Yeah,
SeaWorld,
content.
Legoland, Universal, Disney, resorts, you name it. I'm hoping to catch on to a cruise at some point while I'm there. We'll see if it shakes out. But lots of Disney content, lots of Florida content, just lots of content in general, especially here on this YouTube channel. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube, please hit the red subscribe button. Also hit that notifications bell because come July 1st, it is Subscription-thon. And we're also doing a Christmas in July giveaway. And for growing subscriptions here on our YouTube channel, we're going to have special giveaways culminating with one really massive giveaway if we hit our subscription goal, which I think we can do it. I don't know, you guys. I feel optimistic. But it's also going to be Christmas in July with the Crescent Lake Club. And since we're going to be in Florida, we're going to be giving away stream-themed gifts and oddities from the theme parks every week on our Marvel Monday, on our Wind Down Wednesday, some special stuff if we have a happiest hour. You never know. So that's why you want to stay subscribed and stay alerted when we go live. If you guys are watching us on Twitch, thank you. It's great to see you again. Please hit that purple follow button. Otherwise, check us out on our social media pages and our website, crescentlakeclub.com. And for programming, Teets and I will be back next Monday with Captain America Civil War as part of our Marvel Rewatch. And we've got so much to talk about with that. But any last things from anyone else before I close this bad boy down?
What are the predictions that y'all go live because there's a Run Disney major announcement between now and Monday?
I mean, if it happens, I'm good. But
I know, but what are our predictions?
I would have thought it would have been earlier in this week because of what happened at the end of last week. But so far we haven't got nothing.
If it's happening, it's happening tomorrow, or it's not going to happen until Tuesday.
Yeah. Throwing that out there. Okay.
So I wasn't going to take my laptop with me to Tampa, but now I am. Crap.
Always working.
I can have my gimbal with a stand. I can stream from that, I think. We'll see. But anyways, thank you guys again. It's been another great one. Courtney, I will see you next Wednesday, unless you want to go do Restaurant Week lunch tomorrow.
We'll talk about that after we close.
Yeah. Teets, I'll see you on Monday. Can you please go buy some SPF 75 and wear a hat when you go outside? Because you're more red than our champagne tonight, than our cava tonight. Anyway,
I mean,
thank you guys
I did
so
show
much.
you my feet. They're the worst, but
creepy. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time.